Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Techie Code Buddy. I hope you are doing extremely well and your Capgemini preparation is also going well. Well guys, in this video we are going to solve 20 plus pseudo codes questions as in Capgemini, because this time as the pattern is quite changed, so 15 questions will be there from 25 questions will be there from pseudo codes and 15 questions will be there from technical MCQs, including cloud and network security, DBMS SQL and others, right? So you have to practice more and more number of pseudocodes so that you can well perform in your exam. So this time Capgemini is mainly focusing on the concept of loops on operators. In operators as well, the specific point is bitwise operator. So you have to solve more number of questions related to bitwise operator, and some questions are based on traversal on array, right? Just simple questions. So we will be solving each type of questions that Capgemini is asking this time. Right, so let's move on to the very first question. So in this video itself, I have mentioned all the updated pattern about Capgemini, what type of questions they are asking, and this video was a free giveaway, so you can check that what was the free giveaway for Capgemini exam. The link is given in the description box. Right, let's move on to the questions directly. Okay, so this question is based on array traversal. Basically, it's quite simple only. So, what will be the output of the following pseudocode for array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? So, we have an array and we have 5 elements in it. So, if we have 5 elements, so the array size will be also 5, right? So, we have to initialize I and N, all right. Then set array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we have our array. In that array, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we know that in programming, array index start from 0. So it will be the index 0. It will be 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So there is a for loop. So that will start from I equals to 0. Okay. Then it will go till n minus 2. So what is n basically? N is the size of the array. How many elements are there? 5. So 5 minus 2 will become 3. Right. So that means here it should come like I value will go till 3 and I plus plus every time. And we are performing an operation that is the updation of array of I. That is array of I plus array of I plus 1. Okay. So first of all, what we will do, we will initialize I equals to 0, then check for the condition whether 0 is less than equals to 3. Yes, the condition is true. We will come into the for loop. We will update the value of array of I. That means the ith index element will be updated with the help of this operation. So what will it become? In the very first iteration, I will equals to 0. So here 0, then array of I, that means array of 0 plus array of I plus 1, that means 0 plus 1 will become 1. Right? Now what is array of 0? So in this is our array, this is our original array. So what is the element at index 0? This is 1. Right? So 1 plus array of 1, that means 2. So it will become 3. We can see that array of 0 is now updated to 3. So this is our updated array. I am writing as AR, right? So this element, the first element, or we can say the 0th index element has been updated to 3. Right? Rest all the elements are these till now, but first element has been updated to 3. Okay. Now we are done with this. The control will go here and it will increment the value of I. So I value will become 1 now because it was previously 0. So now 1. Right. Again, let's check for the condition. 1 is less than equals to 3. Yes, again the condition is true. We will perform the same operation, but this time array of 1. Right. Because I value is 1. So array of 1 will be updated to array of 1 plus array of 2. Right. So array of 1 in our previous array, or we can say in our original array. So array of 1 is 2. 2 plus 3 it will become 5. That means array of 1 is now modified, is now updated to 5. So in our modified arrays, it will become 5. Right. Once again, the control will go here for I will equals to 2. This condition is again true because I is less than 3. Right. So again the same thing will happen. So I am changing here. Array of 2 will become array of 2 plus array of 3. So what is their array of 2? 3. And what is array of 3? 4. Right. So 3 plus 4 will become 7. That means array of 2 will be updated to 7. So I am updating here as well. Okay. I value will be incremented. I value is now 3. 3 is less than equals to 3. Once again, the condition is true. We will come here. Now, array of 3 will be updated to array of 3 plus array of 4. So, what is there? Array of 3? That means 2. Array of 4 is 5. So, it will become 9. So, array of 3 will be updated and it will be positioned here in the updated array or in the modified array. Okay. Now, once again, when the I value will become incremented and it will become 4, so it will check for the condition 4 is less than equals to 3. No, this time the condition is false. We will out of the for loop. And after coming out from the for loop, what we need to print? We need to print the array of elements. So, for printing the array elements, this is a simple code that the code will run from I value equals to 0, I is less than n and I plus plus, and here you need to print every element, right? So this is our modified array or this is our latest array. So one by one all the elements will be printed. So 3 will be printed, 5 will be printed, 7 will be printed, 9 will be printed. But here the size of the array is 4, but the actual size of array was 5, right? So we can see that this element is not updated, right? So it will become as it is and it will come here, and it will be the final output, right? This modified array I use just for making you better understand, but in actual memory it will not be updated, right? So our array is just copying the value and these values are updating in the original array only. So the last value, because our control will not go till last, in that first code, our control will not go till last, so 5 will not be updated. And in our final print statement, this value will be printed 3, 5, 7, 9, 5. Right. So option number 3 will be the correct answer. 3, 5, 7, 9, 5 will be the right answer. I hope it makes sense. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, so the next question is integer j and m. Set m equals to 1, j equals to 1. Okay, now integer a array of 3. Okay, so we have an array which has size 3, right? So it contains 0, 1, 0. Okay, now we are updating the elements. So array of 0 will be updated. Array of 0 plus array of 1. So what is array of 0? 0, 1, 2. These are the indexes, right? These are the indexes. So at the place of array of 0, what is there? 0. At the place of array of 1, what is there? 1. So it will become 1. That means array of 0 is now 1. That means in our modified array, 1 will come here. Okay. Now array of 1. It will become array of 1 plus array of 2. That means 1 plus 0. So it will become 1. So again it will become 1 at the next, right? So again let's come here, array of 2. Array of 2, that means 0 plus array of 0. So array of 0 is now updated because we have to use the latest value, right? So it will come here, so 1. So it will be coming there in the modified array. So 1, 1, 1 we have in our array. Okay. Now let's check for the condition if array of 0. So if what is their array of 0? What is the element at index 0? So at index 0, 1 we have, right? So it will become 1. So if this is for condition, so if this is 1, 1 is non-zero value and every non-zero value is considered as true. So if true, so we will come here, right? We will update the value of array of j equals to 5. So array of j is 5. Okay. Now j was 1 now. So array of 1 will become 5. Okay. Let's come here. M assign m plus array of j. So m value is 1 itself plus array of j is 5. Right, so it will become 6. We have to print m, so 6 value will be printed. Simple. The question was pretty simple. I hope it is clear to you. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, so the next question is bit on basis of bitwise operator, right? So there are mainly 3 types of bitwise operator, although there are 5 to 6 operator, but 3 are main: bitwise or, bitwise or, and bitwise uh, and, right? Bitwise and, bitwise or, and bitwise or. These are the main important. And then we have left shift operator. Sorry, it is right shift operator. It is left shift operator. Right. So these are also important. So we will be solving these questions as well. Don't worry about that. Let me solve this question first. Okay, so what bitwise operator means is, if we have bitwise operator, simple mean we have to convert the decimal into binary because it will play on bits, right? So we have a equals to 10, b equals to 2 in C. Okay, so we are assigning a and b. This is bitwise end. Suppose this is and this is, so this is bitwise end. I hope you know. And this is logical end. So if we have logical end, we don't need to convert any integer or any decimal digit into binary. But we have if we have bitwise, so we have to convert them into binary. Okay, so here we have bitwise only. So C value will become A and B. So A is 10 and B. So we have to convert 10 into binary, then 2 into binary, and then we have to take the end of these, right? So first of all, let me share you a shortcut trick to convert into binary. You have to write 8421. You can expand this series based on your needs, right? This is nothing but 2 raised to the power 0, 2 raised to the power 1, 2 raised to the power 2, 2 raised to the power 3. Okay, so for converting 10, how we can make 10? 8 plus 2 will become 10. So we will make this bit as 1 and this bit as 1 and rest will be 0. So it is the value for 10. And now for 2, so only 2 will be enough. So I will make this bit as 1 and rest will be 0, 0. Now I have to click end. So there is a truth table in our 12th class, I guess. In physics, usually we learn logic gates, right? So the truth table is, if we have to take the end of A and B, so the output will be, if A value is 1 and B value is 0, so the output will be 0. If A is 0, B value is 1, so the output will be 0. If A is 0, B is also 0, so the output will be 0. If both are 1, then only the output will be 1. What is the conclusion? How you can remember it in short? In and case, if both are 1, then only that case we will having the answer as 1, rest all the cases will be 0. So here 0, 0, 0, 1 and 1, that means 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0 will become 0. Now we have to convert this into decimal, right? So what it is? It is nothing but 2 only, right? At the place of 2, we have 1. That means this bit has 1, so it will be converted into 2. So the answer or the resultant of 10 and 2 is 2. 2 will be stored in C. We have to print C value. Basically, this is the C code, right? C language code. This is C language code. In C language, we usually print this type, right? So we have to store this C and then we have to print C. So C value is 2. Simple C equals to 2 will be printed. I hope it makes sense. I hope it is clear to you. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, so now we will be solving the question based on left shift operator. So if you have confusion in left shift and right shift, so just look onto it B. If it is in the left side, so it is called left shift. If it is in the right side, it is called right shift. This is the shortcut trick. So if we are going, consider this as week now. So B, right? So if we are going left side, it is called left shift operator. If we are going right side, it is called right shift operator. I hope it makes sense. Okay. So I will share you a shortcut trick for this as well, because there is a long method to convert them, but we don't need to go for long method. Value contains 1 and n equals to 45. So we have while, and in while the condition is value less than equals to n. So value is 1 initially, is less than equals to n, and is 45. Okay. So if we check for the condition, yes, the condition is true. We will come here, we will have to update the value of value. Value left shift 1. What is the value of value? 1. 1 left shift 1. So there is a shortcut trick. If we have to find out A left shift B, the simple answer will become A into 2 raised to the power B. Right? This is the shortcut trick. So at the place of A, what we have 1. At the place of B, what we have 1. So it will become 2. So the value of value will become 2. Right? Again, we will go here. It will check for the condition. This time we have value as 2. 2 is less than equals to 45. Yes, once again the condition is true. So we will have to modify the value of value again. So this time the value of value will become value left shift 1. So the latest updated value of value was 2. 2 left shift 1. So at the place of A, what we have 2 into 2 raised to the power B. At the place of B, what we have 1. So it will become 4. Right? Now the updated value of value is 4. We will come here again. We will check for the condition. 4 is less than equals to 45. Yes, once again the condition is true. We will come into the while loop and will update the position, update the value of value. Right? So it will become 4 left shift 1. So at the place of A, what we have 4 into 2 raised to the power 1. So it will become 8, right? So if you can see that every time it is just uh, uh, multiplying by 2, right? 2, 4, 8. So I can say when the value is 8, so the value will be updated to 16. And when the value is 16, so the value of value will become 32. Then next time when the value is 32, so 32 is again less than equals to 45, right? Once again the condition is true, so it will be updated again. So 32 into 2, it will become 64. So again when we will go into the while loop and check for the condition whether 64 is less than equals to 45, this time the condition is false, we will out of the while loop and we have to bring the latest value. So the latest value, so the latest value was 64, right? So 64 will be printed and it will be the output. I hope it makes sense. Let's move on to the next question. So this question is asked in Accenture recently, right? But is based on loops plus bitwise operator mixed together. So it will be helpful for you and then Capgemini exam as well. Okay. See, the previous pattern of Capgemini was more focusing on data structures, even in pseudocodes, right? So the question were from stacks, queues, etc. But this time it is asking from operators, from loops, from functions, recursive functions. These type of questions they are asking, especially operators and loops, especially bitwise operators, right? So that's why I took these type of questions in this video. Integer PQRs, P assign 1, Q assign 4, and R assign 6. Okay. For R equals to 5 to 9. Okay, so we have a for loop. R value will start from 5 and it will go till 9 R, every time R plus plus. And here we have to check for the condition. Okay, so first of all, R value is 5. Let's check for the condition. 5 is less than equals to 9. Yes, the condition is true. We will come here in the if part. If it is saying that 7 is less than P, so P is 1 and this time this is logical end, right? 4 and R. So 4 and R. R value is 5 because in for loop we have reinitialized the value to 5. Previously it was 6, but in for loop we have reinitialized it, so it is now 5. So it will become this. Okay. So and first we need to solve this and this, then we need to take and. So if all of this is coming true value, so the if condition will be true. But as we can see clearly that 7 is less than 1, it is not true. It will give us 0. And we know that if both of the values are 1 and 1, then only in that case the answer will be 1. So here we have 0, so the answer will be 0 only. And if answer is 0, if condition is not true, we will directly out of the if part. Let's move on to the next line, that is updation of Q value. So 12 plus 4, it will become 16 always. XOR. This is XOR operator. This is again a very important operator, right? R value was 5 because we are in for loop, right? Now let's find out the 16 XOR 5. So as we know that these are the bitwise operators, so we need to convert them into binary. Then we will take XOR. Okay. 16, 8, 4, 2, 1. So as I mentioned that we can extend this series based on our need. So this time I need in 16. This is nothing but 2 raised to the power 0, 2 raised to the power 10, 2, 3, 2 raised to the power 5, 4, 5, 6, etc. You can extend this series in this way, right? So 16. So it will be enough, right? And for making 5. 4 plus 1 will become 5. So I will make 4 value bit as 1 and 1 value bit as 1 and rest will be 0, 0. Okay. Now for taking XOR, always remember that the truth table of XOR is if A is 0 and B is also 0, so the answer will be 0. If A is 1, B is also 1, the answer will be 0. But if A is 0, B is, if A is 1, B is 0, answer will be 1. If A is 0, B is 1, answer will be 1. So what is the conclusion? For same value, it is giving the answer as 0. Same, 0. For different value, it is giving as 1. Right? So this is the conclusion. 0 and 1, both are different value, it will become 1. 0 and 0, both are same value, it will become 0. 0, 1, both are different value, it will become 1. 0, 0, both are same value, 0. 1, 0 different, so it will become 1. Let's convert it into decimal. 16 plus 4 will become 20, plus 1 is 21. So it will become 21. Okay. Now let's end of what. So we will have to go there and R value will be updated. So R value is now 6. Once again, the condition will be checked. 6 is less than equals to 9. Yes, the condition is true. We will have to check for the same condition. So nothing is changed in the condition. So this time again, it will be false only, right? So we will have to update the value of Q again. So we will come here. Q value will be updated. 12 plus 4 will be 16 always. XOR R. But R value is now changed because R is now 6. We have to take 6. Okay. So when we will take 6, so I'm just modifying the value here. Okay, let me go there so that you cannot be in confusion. So 16 is 1, 0, 0, 0, 0. Right? And 6 is 1, 1, 0. Okay. Let's take XOR. Same, 0, different, 1, different, 1, 0, and 1. So what it will become? 16 plus 4 is 20. Just a minute. Yes, 20 and plus 2 is 22. Right, so it will become 22. So the answer of this is 22. Okay. Now the control will again go here and R value will become 7. So again, if condition is going to be false only, we will have to check for the condition and Q value is now updated to Q's or 7. So every time we can see that 5, 6, 7. That means the R value is incremented by 1 and 1. And every time the resultant is also increasing by 1. First it was 20, 21, it is 22. Now it will become 23. Now when R value will become 8, right? When R value will become 8, again this condition is true. Same thing will happen, right? So Q value will be updated to 24, right? By taking 16 or 8. Same thing will happen and Q value will become 24. Once again, when R value will become 9. From here, R value will become 9. Again, the condition is true. So we have to take Q equals to 16 or 9. So it will become 25, right? And when R value will become 10, so this time the condition is false because 10 is not less than 9. Right. So we have to out from the for loop and we have to print P plus Q. So P value was 1. Q latest value was 25. So it will become 26 and 26 will be the correct answer for this particular question. I hope it makes sense. I hope it is clear to you. Let's move on to the next question. Okay. So the next question is just based on operators. So we have integer PQR. P value is 9. Q value is 7 and R value is 5. Okay. Now we have to update the value of Q to R plus 7. So R was 5 plus 7 XOR Q. So Q was 7. Okay. So it will become 12 XOR 7. Let's find out the Q's value. 8421. So 12 binary code will be 8 plus 4 will become 12. So 1 and 1. These bits will become 1 and 1. Rest will be 0. And for 7, 4 plus 2 is 6 plus 1 is 7. So 4 plus 2 plus 1. These bits will become 1. Right. Now for taking XOR, different value 1, different value 1, same value 0, different value 1. So what it will become? 8 plus 2 is 10 plus 1 is 11. So Q value will now convert it to 11. Let's come here, check for the if condition. If 8 XOR 3 is less than P. So let's directly find out the 8 XOR 3. So this is the binary code for 8, sorry, and for 3. So it will become 0, 1, 1. This is the code for 3. Let's take the XOR. Different 1, different 1, same 0, different 1. So what it will become? 8, 4, 2, 1. So it will become 8 plus 2 is 1. Sorry, 8 plus 2 is 10 plus 1 is 11. Right. So it will become 11. That means 11 is less than P. So P is 9. Right. P is 9 and 9 is greater than R. So 9 is greater than 5. So this condition is false. Right. So 0 and 1. It will become 0 only. So if condition is going to be false. Right. So we have to print P plus Q plus R. So P was 9. Q was updated to 11 plus R was 5. So it will become 11 plus 9 is 20. 20 plus 5 is 25. So 25 option number C is the correct answer for this particular question. I hope it makes sense. Let's move on to the next question. So the next question is again based on XOR operator, right? So we have these values. Let's check for the condition directly. If A XOR C, right? So 3 XOR 7 is less than B. B is 5. Okay. So as this is in parenthesis, so first we need to solve for this. So 3s or 7. Let's convert them into binary. So 3 binary code will become 8421. So 2 plus 1 value, it will become 1 and 1. Rest will be 0. And for 7, it will become 1, 1, 1, and this will be 0. Right? So 1 and 1 both are same, it will become 0. 1 and 1 both are same, it will become 0. 0 and 1 both are different, it will become 1, 0, 0, 0. So it will become 4. 4 is less than 5. Yes, the condition is true. We will come here, we will update the value of a to a plus c. So a was 3 plus b was 7, so it will become 10. C value will be updated from here. 5 plus 3 is 8 plus c. C was 7, so it will become 15. Right. Now print a plus b plus c. So a was 10 plus b was 5 and c was 15. So it will become 15 plus 15 will become 30 and 30 will be the correct answer for this particular question. I hope it is clear to you. Let's move on to the next question. This question is based on recursion. So for the value of I equals to 1 and 0, v value equals to 0. So these both value will be passed here, right? So there is a condition. We have to check for the condition. If a is or b, that means 1 or 0 is less than 3 minus a. So 3 minus 1. Logical end, 3 minus a. Just a minute. 3 minus a, that means 1 is greater than a minus b. That means 1 minus 0. Okay. So first of all, let's solve all the parentheses part. 1 or 0. So always remember, whenever you have to take A's or 0, so the answer will be A only. Right? And if you have to take A's or A, so the answer will be 0. Okay. So 1 or 0. That means A will be the answer. That means 1 will become answer. In simple words, if you have to take the XOR of any digit, of any number with 0, so the answer will be that digit or that number. Right? Is less than 3 minus 1, that means 2. And 3 minus 1, that means 2 is greater than 1. Right. So as the relational operator has the highest precedence, so it will check first 1 is less than 2. Yes, it is. So it will give us true value. Right. And 2 is greater than 1. Yes, it is also true. So true and true will become true, or we can say 1. Right. So if condition is true. So we will come here in the if part and we'll have to update the value of a to b plus 1. So b was 0. 0 plus 1 will become 1. So a is now 1. B value will be updated to 3 plus 2 plus b. So 5 plus b value was 0 only. And will become 5. That means the updated value of v is 5. Right. And last, return function a comma a plus a. Right. So whenever in a function you see return statement, that means the function is ended here. Right. So what it is returning? It is making a recursive call. It is making a self call. The function is calling itself, but for the changed parameter. Right. So the answer will be the final return statement. So it will become a comma a plus a. So a value was 1, right? Comma a plus a. That means it will become 2. So at the place of a, now this is 1. And at the place of b, now this is 2. And nothing else. Now we don't need to look for anything. Our output will be this only. But the thing is, as this is a recursive call, we have to run for the same function again. So let me erase all the stuff so that we can solve this again. Because until and unless we are not getting the final integer value, so it cannot be the answer as is the function call. So we have to make a call for the function and we have to find out the final output. So now this function call will take place, but for the changed parameter. This time a value is 1, b value is 2. Same thing will happen. A will come here, b will come here. And same check for the condition. If a is or b, so 1 or 2 is less than 3 minus a, that means I'm directly writing this time 2. And 3 minus a, that means it will become 2 is greater than a minus b. That means 1 minus 2 will become minus 1. Right. Let's solve for this. 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. So it will become 1, 1, 0. Right. 0, 1, 1, sorry. So what it is? It is nothing but 3 is less than 2 and 2 is greater than minus 1. So it will give us 0 and it will give us 1, right? It will give us 1. Now 0 and 1 will become 0 only. So if the if condition is false, so we will out of the if part. Now we will come here. A value will become 2 plus A plus B. So A value was 1 in the function, B value was 2 in the function, so it will become 5. So A updated value is now 5. The latest updated value of A is now 5, and then we have to return, after this, we have to return A plus B minus 1. So A value was 5 plus B value was 2 minus 1. So it will become 5 plus 2 is 7 minus 1 is 6. So this 6 will be returned to this function call. And this function call was the final answer. So 6 will be the final answer for this question. I hope it is clear to you. Let's move on to the next question. The next question is just based on bitwise operator, especially XOR operator. So we have A equals to 1, B equals to 1. Okay, now after performing all these operations, we have to assign this value to A. Alright, so what we have is A equals to 1 now. So 1 XOR 1 and 1 plus B XOR 1 and 1. So at the place of B, what we have? Just a minute. At the place of V, what we have 1. So I just told you that if we have to find out A's or A, so it will become 0 always. Right? Now let's check why. Suppose I need to find out 4's or 4. So the binary code of 4 will become 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0. Right? So we know that for same value, the answer will be 0. For different value, the answer will be 1. As we can see, same value 0, same value 0, same value 0, same value 0. So the answer is 0 now. That's why I was saying that if you have same value, so the answer will be 0. But if you have A's or 0, so the answer will be 10. Right? So the answer of this will become 0 and 1 plus the answer of this will become 0 and 1. Right? Again, this is bitwise operator. So it is already converted in 0, 1 and 2. And we know that for answer of 1 to get an end, we need 1 and 1. Then only in that case, we get the answer as 1. So in that case, what we will get? 0 plus 0, right? We will get 0 plus 0. So from here, this 0 will be assigned to A equals to 0. Right? We have to print A plus B. So A was 0, but B was 1. So 1 will be answer for this particular question. I hope it is clear to you. Let's move on to the next question. The next question is integer ABC set A equals to 1, B equals to 1, C equals to 7. Okay. Now we have to update the value of A to A plus B. So 1 plus 1 will become 2. That means the updated value of A is now 2. If A plus B. So A is 2 plus B is 1. That means 3. So we have if 3. So 3 is a non-zero value. Every non-zero value is considered as true. So if true, that means the condition is true. We will come here. Again, let's check for the condition if B plus. So B was 1 plus C XOR A. So C was 7. XOR A latest value is 2. Right. Again, let's check 7 XOR 2. So the value of 7 is 111 in binary and this is 010. Let's find out the XOR. So it will become 1, it will 0, 1. It is nothing but 5. So 1 plus 5 is 6. So again, in if we have a non-zero value and every non-zero value is true value. So again the condition is true. We will come here, A value is 2. Okay, so we will assign A as 2. B assign A. So B value is now containing the value of A, that means 2. So B is also 2, right? B is also 2 and if print A plus B plus C. So A was 2, B was 2, C was 7. So it will become 11 and 11 will be the final answer for this particular question. I hope it is clear to you. Let's move on to the next question. So the next question is A equals to 30, B equals to 60 and C equals to 90. So we have ABC and sum. Read ABC. Okay, so 30, 60 and 90 will be take as input as the value of ABC. Now sum A plus B plus C. So sum will become 180. Okay, now there is a condition. If sum equals to 180. So 180 is the sum equals to 180. And right, so we are talking about logical end, right? A not equals to 0. So A value is 30 is not equals to 0. And once more we have to check for the condition B is also not equals to 0. So just a minute, where is my pen? So B was 60, 60 is not equals to 0 and C is not equals to 0. So all these conditions are true only, right? All these conditions are true. Sum is equals to 80, 30 is not equals to 0, 60 is not equals to 0, 90 is not equals to 0. So all these conditions are true. That means the whole condition will be true, and we will come here in the if part, we need to print success. So success will be printed simple. Success will be the answer. Let's move on to the next question. So the next question is for a value equals to 1, b value equals to 2. We have to run a function. So a will come here, b will come here. Let's check for the condition if a is less than 3. So 1 is less than 3 and b is less than 4. 2 is less than 4. Okay. Hence, relational operator has the highest priority rather than logical. Right. So 1 is less than 3. So it will give us true. Right. And 2 is less than 4. So it is give us true. So true and true will become true. So for whole if condition is true, so we will have to return this function call. So the final answer will be this function call a plus 1, that means it will become 2, b plus 1, that means it will become 3. So same function call will be invoked, but for the changed parameter. So a is now 2, b is now 3. Okay. So same thing will happen. So a is now 2 and b is now 3. It will be checking if a is less than 3. So a is 2 is less than 3 and b is less than 4. So 3 is less than 4. Yes, once again the condition is true. It will return a function call. So this function call will return again a function call for a plus 1 comma b plus 1. So previous value was a of 3 and b was 3. Right, so it will become 4 this time. Okay. Same thing will happen but for the changed parameter. Okay, so now for 3 comma 4 the call will happen and it will check if a is less than 3. So 3 is less than 3 and 4 is less than 4. This time the condition is false because 3 is not less than 3. Equals to 3 it is, right? So the if condition is false. So we will come here in the else part, and in the else we need to return a plus b, and this resultant will be stored in the latest function call. So the latest function call was for this function and the value of a and b was 3 plus 4, so it will become 7. So this 7 will be stored to this function call, and this function call was the child call of this function. So it will return the 7 to this, and this 7 will be printed at our screen. I hope it is clear to you. Let's move on to the next question. So it is the last question for today. Okay. So integer PQ1, set P equals to 3, Q equals to 1, R equals to 2. So if P plus 2 and 2 and 2. Okay. So P is 3 plus 2 and 2. Right. So we have 2 and 2. So 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0. Let's find out. So it will become 0, 1, 0 only. That means 2 and 2 resultant is 2. Again, we need to find out 2 and 2. So the resultant will be 2 only. So we can say that the complete results will be 2. And this is double end. That means this is logical end. Q. So Q is 1. Plus 3 and 3 and 3. Same thing will happen. So the result will be 3 only. Double end R. R is 2 plus 2's or 2. So I told you that 2's or 2 will become 0. A's or A will become 0 now. So 2's or 2 will become 0. So 0's or 2. This time I need to take. So it will become 2. Right. So this result will be 2 here. Okay. Now let's check for the condition. Arithmetic operator has the highest precedence in comparison to logical operators. So these things will be take place from left to right. So 3 plus 2 will become 5 and 1 plus 3 will become 4 and 2 plus 2 will become 4. Right. Now let's check from left to right. So 5 and 4 both are non-zero values. So it will give us true value. And 4 is also a true value. So true and true will become whole true. Right. So if condition is going to be true only, let's come here p equals to p minus 2. So I am updating here p equals to p minus 2. So p was 3. 3 minus 2 will become 1. Right. So q assign p. So it will hold the value of p only. And okay. So we are done with this. Now print p plus q plus r. So p is 1, q is 1 and r was 2. So the value of this will become 4. Yes. Just a minute. The value of this will become 4. Okay. Okay. So 4 will be the final answer for this particular question. I hope it is clear to you. Okay. So yeah, that's all for today from my side. I hope the questions are clear to you. And now you have the idea that what type of question it is asking. So we will meet in the next video. Till then, bye bye and take care.